Hello and welcome to the Football New South Wales Community Podcast. I'm Josh Davis from Football New South Wales, and joining me today is world-renowned futsal coach Pulpis. Thank you for joining us, Pulpis.
Hello, thank you very much for inviting me.
Pulpis, you've had an incredible coaching journey in futsal. How did you first get involved in the game and what inspired you to become a coach?
Yeah, it's difficult to say, no? I mean, since I am very, very young, I feel that in Spain, we start to play futsal. When you're a kid, 6, 7 years, you don't play football. You play futsal since we start with 5. Then usually you play futsal only until you have 11, 12. Usually from 11 to 15, 16, you play both sports, football and futsal. But when I play both, I really like it much more futsal. I don't know why. No? I was playing both until I have 16, and when I got 16, I decided playing only. It's true that I was not very good in football, was not very good in futsal as well. I was goalkeeper, but was okay. I decided to continue with futsal, but I always have the mentally to think a lot about futsal, about tactics, about be better. Then with 16 years old, I already training kids of 8, 5, 6, 7. And do that for earn some money in the schools and everything, but I like it. With 18 years old, I training kids of 15. With 20, I training kids of or guys of 18. And with 21, I was playing in a team of second division in futsal in Spain. The coach of our team left the team, or they sacked him, I don't remember. And they offered to me be the coach. And then I was the young player of the team, and in one day I become the coach of the team. All the players of the team was older than me. From that, you can say that, I don't know if the word in English is vocational. Vocation. Be coach is, from the beginning I know I want to be coach. It's my passion. I feel that is my way. No? Mm-hmm.
And then from Spain, you then stayed in Europe and you coached in Croatia and Portugal later on, and as well in Asia on the national stage with Thailand, Uzbekistan and Vietnam. And now at club level, you're coaching in Shenzhen. What would you say for you is the biggest differences between European futsal and Asian futsal?
First of all, it's a few different things. But I must say, since first time I came into Asia in 2008 until now, the gap is very small already. When I came in 2008, it's a big gap between Spain, Brazil, Portugal, and the Asian teams, except maybe Iran. But in the last few years, this gap is step by step small and small and small. In Spain, for example, the futsal is very professional. No, all the teams training 5, 6, 7 times a week. Even the teams of third division minimum, they train in 3, 4 days, in trying to train in a more or less professional way. The league, even you play in a third division in Spain, a third level, is a quite strong league. It's a league very competitive. Then the first difference is the competitive of the league. Second, the physical. The European teams are very strong physically. Maybe not if you compare with the Australian teams, but if you compare with the Thai team, Vietnam team, China, the fitness conditioning is totally different. And the other thing is probably that the futsal in Europe is older than in Asia. I mean, in Asia is a sport more or less new, that they started like 20, 25 years ago. In Europe, maybe we are playing futsal since 40 or 45 years ago. No? Then this is the main gap. But as I tell you before, I feel in this 17 years that I'm in Asia, the gap is step by step is very, very small.
Interesting. And let's delve into you as a coach. So in terms of your own coaching philosophy, was there a particular style of futsal or a club or country that you feel has influenced the way that you see and teach the game?
I am Spanish, no, and we have our own school, no, and our own style. But it's true that I try to be very eclectic. Eclectic is the word in English. I try to learn from everybody. I like some things from the Brazilian futsal. I like things from the Portuguese futsal. I like to take a little bit of every school. No? For example, in Spain, in general, many coaches like play 4-0. I don't like play 4-0. For me, it's very boring. See a team play 4-0, then it's when my team play 4-0, I don't feel it's part of me. I don't feel it's my team. Sometimes I play like option in one moment, but only like option. It's not my main style. Then I like to play with pivot. That is more about Brazilian style. I like my team be vertical, try to pass and go. I like very dynamic. Probably in defense, I am more Spanish than in attack. In defense, I like the defense very aggressive, with chains. Sometimes we go man-to-man. Sometimes we make a marking zone, but very, very aggressive. Now, after my 2 years in Benfica, I learned a lot about the flying goalkeeper because for me, the Portuguese are the best on that. Then I try to take a little bit for everyone. But of course, I am Spanish.
Yeah, I think you described it perfectly. It's a very eclectic mix. So for you, what would you say are the key principles that define the way that your teams play?
Pivot in attack, very aggressive in attack, very aggressive in defense. We try to recover the ball as soon as possible. Don't let the guy of the ball think. My teams always try. You cannot do always, but almost always we try to have the initiative of the game. I don't want that the other team have the initiative. I want to bring the game where I want. Of course, not always you can get that, but we try at least. No? Then you can say aggressivity in the good sense. I mean, try to be very vertical in attack and very aggressive in defense. When we lost the ball, don't let the other team think, react very fast. All these details.
So I'll give you an example-based question. So if you were to have a training session once a week with a group of young developing players, what would be the key fundamentals that you'd focus on to help them become better futsal players?
Very good question. 1 hour a week is very few, very depends about the age of the players. But if we're speaking players of 10, 11, 12 years old, I will work mainly in skills, technical skills. If you speak to me about 15, 16, 17, we'll focus in the fundamentals, tactical fundamentals. First of all, for individual fundamentals, and after for play of two. This is the basic. You need to focus on that. The defense you can work anytime because, I always say the defense is easy to work. When I am speaking now about elite, I don't speak about kids. When you arrive in a team, in an elite team, the first thing that you need to set up is the defense. Why? Because it's easy. It's faster. Destroy is always easier than build. Then if you want at least have a skeleton, you need to teach your team to defend. But build a team in attack is longer. It's a very long process because it's very difficult to build. To build a building is more difficult than destroy a building. You can destroy a building in one morning, but you cannot build a building in one morning. It's the same in futsal. Then with the kids, I will focus in the attack, skills and fundamentals for sure.
Brilliant. And let's dive more into your coveted coaching career. So while coaching Thailand, you coached at the FIFA Futsal World Cup. What was that experience coaching like on the world stage?
I was in 2 World Cups. I qualified for another 2, but in the last one in Lithuania, I signed to Benfica. Then I didn't go to World Cup. In Thailand, that we're going to be the host in 2012, I left the team 6 months before the World Cup because my president left, and then I left with him. Then I was in Brazil in 2008 with Thailand. Incredible experience. It was my first World Cup in Brazil. That is the country of the futsal. Was incredible. No, live there. The atmosphere of the futsal really was very nice. We played a good tournament. We played the first game of the tournament against Italy, that in that moment was bronze medal of the World Cup. We lost in the last minute only with Thailand. Then we won USA, we lost Paraguay, and we lost Portugal. We have a very tough group. My second time was in Colombia with Uzbekistan, and the same was a very nice experience. Uzbekistan never qualified before for a World Cup, and then was very special as well for the country. A World Cup is a very nice experience. In fact, I must say that my first time in Thailand, when we qualified for the World Cup of Brazil, in theory, I have a contract with a European team, one of the top teams in Europe. It was Kairat. I have the offer, and I decided to don't accept the offer to go to the World Cup with Thailand. Even I know that I only have 2 months contract because the World Cup was in October, November. But the club need I stay in Europe in September. I say no, I prefer to stay, go to the World Cup, live this experience. And I only was contracted until the World Cup. Then maybe after I can go to have I have no job. But I decided to do it. I'm very happy to took that decision.
And throughout your career, you've won many titles. Is there, obviously it's hard to compare, but is there a specific season or championship that you feel that stands out as the most special and rewarding for you personally?
Choose only one. It's very difficult. There is a few very special. In 2007, in 2007 with Lobelle de Santiago, is the team of my city. We won the Recopa Cup. It's very special because it's a European title. We beat the final to Benfica. That Benfica was very strong with Ricardinho, with André, top world players. Was very special. I must say, with Benfica, we won one cup. For Benfica, that is nothing because Benfica is an incredible club. It's too big, and then you need to win every tournament. But for me, it was very special, because Benfica is a big family. The fans of Benfica don't follow only the football like other teams. The fans of Benfica follow football, futsal, basketball, chess. Doesn't matter. The important is Benfica. Then leave the situation to win a title in Benfica was incredible. And for me, I was 2 years there. Benfica is the biggest futsal club in the world. It's incredible what they. But there is another situations that was not titles, but I feel even more proud than the titles. In Thailand, we did incredible things. Now in China, for example, I can say in China in 3 years we won all the tournaments, I think. But I don't feel proud of that. But for example, I feel proud that last year we played a friendly tournament against the second team of Japan, the second team of Thailand, and Kairat with a Chinese club. The Chinese futsal is very low now. And we have approached the tournament thinking we're going to lose all the games. Big difference. And and we won the tournament. We beat the 3 teams, including Kairat, that is the runner-up of the Champions League in Europe. This is unbelievable. The one Chinese club beat. It's a friendly tournament, okay? But sometimes these things are more important even than some titles, And the same situation in Thailand. Beat Iran a few times. Was incredible. Another tournament, beat champion of the Champions League of Club Championship with Chonburi was incredible because Chonburi until that year never passed through the first round. Only in the history, only win the Iranian teams and Japanese teams. Never another club of another country won. Then won that tournament was incredible. And the way that we play with that boys, we kill GT Pasan. GT Pasan is 9 players from Iranian national team. We beat, I almost forget, but it was very important. I think even for Asian futsal, that one club, not from Japan, not from Iran, won, was history.
Brilliant achievements for you personally. Speaking more about you personally, you go by the name of Pulpis. Do you care to explain the meaning behind that brilliant nickname?
Yes, a long history. It's like my family ran a seafood restaurant in Spain, in the north of Spain, in Santiago de Compostela. that is very well known city. It's a small city, but small town, but it's very well known because many people walk there. Make it the pilgrims the way, because we have a cathedral, and then many people made they call it El Camino, the way. They walk for 300, 400, 1,000 kilometers to go to the cathedral. Then my family ran a business there of seafood, and the most famous dish is the pulpo, octopus. Then when I was a kid, I remember 10 years old, I was playing in one place to the video game, this Donkey Kong. I remember the video game. Then I made the best, the best score. Then when you make the best score, you need to put a name. And one of my friends wrote Pulpis. That Pulpis in theory doesn't mean anything. It's like a pulpo, but they changed on. And from there, I am Pulpis. Nobody know me for Jose or Jose Maria Pazos, or only they call my mom Jose. And but all my friends say Pulpis, and now I am Pulpis for everyone.
Day after day, Kappa rewrites the concept of sportswear. Kappa means teamwork, past, present, and future. Kappa never stops, 'cause winning starts within. 2 people, 1 brand. Kappa.
There you go. And Pulpis, you're here in Australia for the Football New South Wales Futsal Coaching Conference. With day 1 completed yesterday and day 2 coming up tomorrow, how has the experience been for you so far in Australia?
Very good. As you say, it's only 3 days for the moment. I arrived on Saturday, but I am enjoying very much the city. The city is incredible. The people is treating me very well. Yesterday, the atmosphere was very good. I think I enjoyed it very much. I hope the people that came to the presentation enjoy. And really, I like it very much. I say, and the people of the association is treating me very, very well. Really, I am very happy to be here.
That's brilliant to hear. And here in Australia, we face a common challenge for coaches that many players balance their time and training load between playing football alongside futsal. From your experience, how would you approach your training sessions to address this issue?
It's difficult, it's true that the best scenario will be that the players that play football don't play futsal, and the players that play futsal don't play football. This is the best. But you are in a situation that you cannot ask for that because you have a special situation. Anyway, it can be a good thing on the long term. Football gives to you things that you cannot get in futsal. You're going to be very competitive. The fitness condition going to be good. Even the fitness condition of football is different to futsal, but it's going to help you. Then, but it's true that in the point of view of the tactics, the movements and everything is totally different. No? Then it's true that every time that you change the sport, you need to adapt. Even today, this morning, when I go to see George, I was in the metro with the mobile. I was watching one reel from one coach from Barcelona Futsal that speak about the experience like a few years ago. Andrés Iniesta, the football player, I don't know if I can make publicity, brand, shoes brand, I'm going to say the brand, Nike, made a futsal shoes. This is the sponsor of Barcelona. Then they want that Iniesta presents these futsal shoes. Then they bring Iniesta to training with the Barcelona futsal team. He trained all the session, and when finished the training session, the coach, Marc Carmona, asked to him, how you feel? And Andrés Iniesta say, wow, you go too fast. You go too fast, thinking that you need to take too many decisions in short time, and the ball go too fast. If one guy, Andrés Iniesta, that is the faster player, mind player, say that, you can imagine. Then it's true that if you are a good player in football, probably you can be a good player in futsal, but it's not easy. Maybe you cannot play futsal. Not all the players can play futsal. It's totally different. The space, the movements, you don't have time to think. It's totally different. In the same way that be a very good futsal player don't guarantee to you to be a good football player. It's the opposite. You don't think that all the football players can play futsal. No. Can play, but maybe they are not top players.
And from your perspective, from the outside looking in, at the Australian futsal landscape. What do you see as the key focus areas for developing football in Australia?
I don't know if I can say this. I think that Australian futsal only needs support. I think you have everything. I mean, these days I was here, I was watching you have a Yao League, 10, 12, 14, 16, whatever. In many years in Asia, I never see that. Uzbekistan, what is one of the top teams, don't have this. They only have futsal after 18 years old. Thailand, yes, but China don't have this. Vietnam don't have this. Then you have a lot of leagues for young people. I was watching some trainings. I saw some young players, 18 years old, very interesting. Your fitness, you are very strong guys. You have a strong spirit. You are Australian. I face Australia national team and Australian clubs in the last year many times. The competitive spirit of the Australians you cannot find anywhere in Asia. Maybe Japanese a little bit or Iranian, but nobody can compete like you. You have good skilled players. Then what you need? You need support. You need or have a strong league, or if you cannot have a strong league because Australia is too big, you need to have a national team that can travel often to Europe, to South America, to play in Asia against the strong teams. You need to make that the national team play not one time a year, 6, 7 times a year. I am sure that if you invest only a little bit, you have chance to be in the top 4, top 5 of Asia for sure. And when you are in top 4, top 5, you can win. I am not sure if you do this in football, you can do it. But in futsal, I can guarantee that if you invest, if you support these people, Australia is going to be a top country in Asia and in the world. If you are in the top 5 of Asia, you are in the top 20 of the world. It's that.
And looking more broadly, where do you see the future of futsal heading?
I was speaking yesterday with some of the guys about that. I am worried about our sport at the moment. I am see that step by step, some national teams are investing a lot of money, and another national team are cutting money. Then I think we are in a moment that I don't see the situation clear. You, for example, see that in Europe, for example, UEFA support a lot futsal because the president of UEFA like very much futsal. In South America, I think the situation is good. In FC, I don't know what happens. When I came 15 or 17 years ago, I feel more support about FC. I don't know what happens. It's not normal that now, since 2020, there is not a FC club championship. This is not normal. It's not normal that 7 years ago, we don't have FC futsal under 20. Before they made 2 editions or 3 editions, they worked very well. And they cut that. They use the excuse of the COVID, but after this, they disappear. Have the sensation that FIFA is not supporting like before. I don't know why as well. Then I have the sensation that now in a moment that 50% of the world is pushing hard for futsal, and there is another 50 that doesn't matter. I think that the key for us, that can be the key point for go up and up and up, is the Olympics. The question is, I have the sensation there is some people that is not interested in that the futsal become Olympic. I don't know why. But it's hard to see for me that I am working in futsal a long time ago, that I travel across the world in many countries, that you see how many people work in futsal, live from futsal, play futsal, enjoy futsal. And you see sports that I don't want to say are a joke, but they only have people in 10 or 20 countries, they have become Olympics with all the respects. I mean, breakdance. Sorry. I don't say that breakdance cannot be Olympic, but if breakdance is Olympic, futsal need to be Olympic. And it doesn't matter if we have football already. Another example is terrible and it's a lack of respect of all the sports. Basketball 3 against 3. What is that? You already have basketball. It doesn't matter if the basketball 3 against 3 have a different federation. It's the same sport. Basketball it's the same sport. How you can have in the Olympics basketball and basket 3 against 3. What is the difference? And then you put the excuse that football cannot have futsal because it's similar and belongs to the same federation. I can understand. There is something that I cannot understand or I cannot see that is blocking the futsal in the Olympics, but I don't understand why, because we show that we have a lot of practical people playing futsal across the world, more than many sports that are in the Olympics. But be Olympic for sure will change this picture that you are speaking about.
And finally, you've had a remarkable career, which is, like you said, is taking you all across the world for the beautiful game of futsal. You've coached at national level and at club level and achieved lots of success. For you, what's the one key message or piece of advice that you can share with the listeners and with future Australian futsal coaches who want to follow in your footsteps?
No, first thing, if you want to be coach, the most important is the passion. If you have fire inside, you cannot coach and be a leader if you don't you don't show fire to those players, you don't transmit. You need to transmit something to the players. You don't have fire in your eyes, the players don't gonna believe your message. And the second most important thing is be coach is a process that never ends. You need to every year learn and change. I always say I am not the same coach that I was 2 years ago. I am not the same coach that I was in Benfica 3 years ago, and I was in China. But every year I try to sculpt different things. I try things, I realize that doesn't work. I try a new thing, doesn't work. Maybe I come back to one thing that 3 years ago I stopped to do it. And you need to, and you create your own style or your own model. It's a process that never ends. In the moment that you stop to learn, you stop to see new things, and you are dead. You are out of the business. You need to keep moving. It's a process that never ends. In the moment that you think you know everything, you are over.
Brilliant. Thanks so much. It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me.